Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have got screen check. We have got the carburetor for the A10 to put back together. So I've stripped it down to bits, put it through a good hour of the parts washer, cleaned off the bulk of the grime, sprayed it down with a bit of WD, fished it out when it was spanking hot. Got all the bits cleaned up, all free of grime. So let's whip this back together and see if we can get a decent little idle on the A10. Got the pilot jet, little hole clear down the side and a little hole clear down the centre. When I pulled it, it had actually got, no, put it in the right hole might help. It had got a little bit of something blocking down the centre there then. And that's not the screwdriver. Is this the screwdriver? Give it a bit of wire wool. Don't want little floaty bits of wire everywhere. Hold on, I'll find the right screwdriver. I'll be right back. Right, be right back. Funnily enough, Christmas cracker screwdriver fits absolutely lovely on the idle jet. So there you go. Spend all the money you like on your tools, and the Christmas cracker one is the best one. Excuse me. Stick the fibre washer back in. Check that. Oh, struggle to see. Fighting the light. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. Find the right size spanner. Give that a little pinch up. Right, see in there, find the light, nice and clean in there, so make sure your light's alright. So the little tip, no, a little tip on there is still good. Oh, can't put that in until we put in the fuel. Yep. Just thinking, why isn't the seal got anywhere to go? Because we need to put the that back in. Spin that round. Nice little fix up there, and that will give us the, can we do something better with the light? Good for you, bad for me. Not too bad. So slip that up in there, so we give that a blow. No fuel, let that open, fuel comes out. Oh, blew the tip right out. Slide that up there. No, being silly, what would that cover on before I do that? Let's put this back in, so that's the hands in the right place. Spring on the stem, and that lets the fuel out, and we pop that back in top there. Didn't have a seal when I took it out. Fuel shouldn't really get that high, so we'll chance it for now, and if we get a leak, give that a little pinch up. So any reason not to put, yeah, so what we'll do, we'll put the fuel cut off back in, slip the float in and drop the spacer in. So now let's bring you where you can see it. So looking under there, that float comes down and comes up and shuts the fuel off, and when it's hanging in gravity, that will bring that thing. Let's pop it back. So that's nice and clean. Let's leave that laid the right way up for a second. Put our seal back in. That was inside. Spin around a little bit. There we go. Right. Can you see what we're doing? Screws. One, two, three. Give them a pinch up. Right. Then we've got fuel filter, dual port fuel filler. That's nice and clean. That comes down. There's a washer on the screw. Spin that down onto there. Happy with that. Then we've got this little screw that goes into the body there. That was all the way in when I took that out, so we'll pop that all the way back in. Then we've got throttle stop screw and its spring, the long one. Put that up the body, and that comes. So leave that somewhere up there. That allows you to change the height of the slide. And we just make sure that air mix screw is nice and clean. I'm going to set this back up on the bike. So let's pop that back in. So you wind this in until you feel it touch the metal, and then don't wind it anymore because the screw thread will just cut right through the car body. So that's pinched up tight, and then we'll go back one or half, one and a half, 1 3/4, close enough. That's what it was before I took it apart. Then we've got the main jet, which is 105 on here. Wind that into the jet holder. Is it that one? Give that a little tighten, and then we had a seal sat down and onto there, and then we slip that back up the main body. Give that a pinch in there. So let's get you off the stand. So looks dirty, but it's pretty smooth and clean in there. I'm going to clean the side a little bit better, but I don't mind a bit of grubbiness. There's the camera. That's the end of the jet. That's all made together. Pretty clean and survivable. So I'm happy with that. So we'll put it back on the bike next then. I don't think we're very well lit here, and this is a job where there is just no space. It'll be hands or space. So it's the jet with the needle. I'll give that a wipe down in a minute, clean that up a bit, and the choke, and then we'll have a gasket, the drip tray, another gasket, and then we've got to get it into the rubber, which is just about serviceable, and then when it's in we get the spring over. So I haven't converted this to stubs and nuts because there is so little room in this gap, you wouldn't get the carburetor over the stubs. So this is one of the few of my bikes that's still bolt and washer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change these out for clear hoses, and we're going to put filters in because I like to see the fuel moving and see the fuel go through the filter. So I'll get a bit done, I'll bring you back. Right, I've got the slide top on, so before we go too far, just make sure we've got throttle, focus, throttle works, put the choke mechanism on, yeah, choke blade comes down, all the handlebars feel good, handlebar controls feel good. So let's do a bit of wrestling that rubber boot in then. Gonna focus there. Right, got the rubber boot on, left the spring off for now. So then I'm gonna have to fit the seal, drip tray, seal in that gap, get a bolt in, get them started, and then I'll pull the spring back over, and then tomorrow or later I'll do the pipe work, do the filters. Right, so there's the drip tray. So I've got a seal for the carb side and a seal for the engine side. The one on the front's loose, so I'm going to squeeze them in that gap and see if I can get a screw in. So the mission of cheating here, that one was stuck on anyway, I think from pressure and age, and I've just put a couple of daubs of super glue on this one and stuck that on so I can try and finagle that in there now. Right, so got that wiggled in there. Now the only downside is this is, focus, it only turns a tiny little bit. So I will see you somewhere around next Tuesday by the time I've got this fixed in. But it's so tight on the boot that there isn't really a whole lot of choice. So I'll get that tightened up and I'll be back. Right, it's the next day. We've got some petrol proof braided clear line on to replace the black rubber, and we're going to see if we can scheme in a fuel filter. So I'll just ping that one back from the other side on so I know that one's there. This is loose at the moment. loose-ish. So we're going to get this in, which I think we can take that off and put the clip on there. And then these split, they have a flow arrow that way up. They have a flow arrow anyway, and then we can run that round and onto here, and then the other one we can run round. So I'll get on with that. So I've got that one plumbed in, and it's maybe a bit long. Might just trim that up a little bit, lift it, see if I can get it off, but we'll test for now. I'll get the other one in and then I'll give you a look.